Welcome to another episode of All That Film. This week we're going to be joined with familiar hosts Evan and Hannah, and we're going to be talking a fall and winter preview of the rest of 2019. Just, sort of talking about movies we're excited for, why we're excited for them, all that good stuff. But before that, we're going to talk some movie news real quick. There were some D23 topics that got released as Disney was doing their thing. Because I guess Evan probably knows the most about this stuff because he was checking in on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure which ones do you want to talk about.
Well, I was just going to say specifically, I think like this was even more of a push for Disney unloading their streaming service and getting so many people on it.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna own the streaming market once.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You're making a compelling case, and they even announced that they're gonna go weekly. So like Mandalorian, so you can't just go in, grab Mandalorian. Which I think it's good whatever way you look at it. I think Netflix should probably look into it, but they kind of seem dedicated to the binging lifestyle.
Are there specific things that either of you guys want to talk about, whether it be She-Hulk or Moon Knight or the announcement of Kit Harington?
I'm kind of iffy on Eternals, but Moon Knight and She-Hulk, from what I hear, are supposed to be some of the most vibrant, interesting characters. I don't know anything about them. All I know is She-Hulk's a lawyer that also does fourth wall stuff, and Moon Knight's just an insane person. So I don't know. I'm really interested. Wasn't there a third one?
Hannah, did you learn anything from your internet dive on Moon Knight?
Everyone just said the same thing, which is that he's Marvel's Batman, but also has the split thing, the same
multiple personalities.
Multiple personality disorder. That seems pretty interesting. And then they announced Miss Marvel too.
That was the other one.
Okay, who's Miss Marvel?
No, you can explain.
Oh, okay. She's like a Pakistani teenager who's like a big fan of like the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular Captain Marvel. And that's all I really know about her.
Okay. I read part of like her first thing because there's some of the most like highly reviewed like graphic novel comics that are coming out for Marvel at least. And so I read part of the first one. She's kind of like a shapeshifter, and she like gets her powers, and she first like kind of comes in as Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of things with identity, and she can like make her hand really big and that sort of stuff. And
I like the hand really big power.
I know that. I wanted to make clear it wasn't
I'm a big fan.
I wanted to make sure she wasn't just Mystique. She can like shapeshift her whole body. And it was just really interesting. And I don't know, it could be a really good. I like the diversity. I think it's really interesting because I don't know a ton about that stuff. And she just seems like a really good character. I'm worried about like her first like meetings are with like the dog from that what's that show that got canceled? Originally it was a movie. They made it a show.
Forget. Not Eternals. It was like Immortals.
Yeah, I think so.
The Immortals, like that. Inhumans. There we go.
Yeah.
They live on the moon. Like that was like a major thing for her. Was apparently that dog was like her partner for a long time, and they're gonna just have to cut that out because no one liked that.
Do you guys want to talk about Mandalorian and all? I mean, the only other thing is the horrible like Lady and the Tramp stuff.
Oh,
that's cute.
Oh wait, what? Horrible stuff?
As like no, I just mean that it doesn't look the best.
I mean, I'm pretty against all of that.
For like a streaming service.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is it's clearly like a lower budget, like lower key thing. So I wasn't like super like, oh, I can't believe them.
I mean, I haven't really liked any of the live action remakes, so I was pretty against it since it was announced. I'm not surprised to hear it's not doing well. Yeah.
But the Cruella de Vil picture, we won't talk about
and
it.
You can do
the Mandalorian. Well, that's been out for all. But the Mandalorian, like, I'm super pumped for it. Isn't it going to be at launch?
Yeah. I guess the first episode will be at launch.
Yeah,
since they're done the episode.
They're doing 3 episodes, at first to launch it, and then weekly after that.
Ooh.
Cool.
Have they said how many episodes in the season?
I think it's 8 at most, I think.
Okay, because I thought
around there. I know.
I thought it was 6, which doesn't seem like a lot.
No, I'm gonna go with her. It's probably like 8. I just heard it's a low episode number because they're spending millions upon
dollars
millions every
each episode.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that Kathleen Kennedy like made really like apparent. She was like, "This is gonna live up to like the quality of our movies."
Yeah. Which, okay, the thing that I really like about that, look, I don't know, if we're talking like Disney stuff, and like obviously it's probably because like I'm sick part of it. I wasn't like too excited or too keen to talk about this just because they're like dominating everything. But like I think Solo could work really well for a TV series.
Oh,
I know, like I'm one of the few people that find Solo to be fun.
It was.
Yeah, like I'm not saying
I think it's all right. I don't know.
I just like the idea of those adventures happening.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not sure how it'd work as a TV show.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm keen on.
Obi-Wan
I really love Disney Plus. Yeah, Obi-Wan. That sounds great. Everything they're announcing is heading in a direction I'm really keen on, except for the live action remakes.
I'm excited for Noel, the Christmas movie that they announced.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
really?
Explain.
No.
Okay. So it's about Santa's children. In particular, Santa's daughter. Which is Anna Kendrick. Okay. And then
Is this animated?
No, it's live action. And Bill Hader is his son, right? And then Santa dies, and Bill Hader has to take over as Santa, but Bill Hader doesn't want to be Santa, so then he like takes off, and then like Anna Kendrick has to like go find him, and he becomes like a yoga teacher. I don't know.
What?
What is this movie? What? No, we haven't pulled up. Okay, we're gonna talk about this later. What is the deal with Christmas movies releasing in early November?
I mean,
that's my issue with all of these. That looks really fun. I didn't realize it was a thing.
I mean,
but
Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader are good in like everything they do. So
yeah.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I don't know though.
All right. The only other thing, I'm gonna skip the other topic of news because it wasn't really a topic. But speaking on Disney, the Spider-Man stuff. Hannah, if you want to start on this, feel free. But just like the whole Tom Holland, will they or won't they? Disney and Sony, talking. But
I was really upset about it at first, but like the more as time passed by, I've kind of warmed up to the idea of Spider-Man not being in the MCU anymore. I'm upset that we're not going to be able to like have the integration anymore, because I know I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like that they're using like Tony and Peter's dynamic still in Far From Home, and I know that the third one wasn't going to be as focused as it was in Homecoming and Far From Home, but I was still really excited anyway. But yeah, I was concerned because of Sony's track record of doing Spider-Man movies alone, just creatively. Like, I love the first 2 Spider-Man movies, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, but I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
How dare you? How dare you not like Amazing or Spider-Man 3?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I don't like Spider-Man 3.
I'm a strong defender of Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well, so one of the few.
But I'm a defender of the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
it's about on the same quality, honestly.
I like Spider-Man 3 more than I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, for sure.
Oh,
I'll agree with her on that.
Okay.
But, and then they made Spider-Verse, which is awesome, but it's like, still, I'm not 100% there. But if Sony is willing to let John Watts, like, actually have, like, full creative control over the movies from now on, because I know, like, we all know that Marvel, they have a formula, and it's like, directors don't really get that much input creatively. And if Sony's willing to let John Watts have all the creative energy that he wants into the next 2 movies I think they said they're going to do with Tom Holland, then I'm all for it, as long as they don't try to put him in the Venomverse or whatever that is.
Well, they definitely try.
I hope not.
I bet he'll be in Venom too.
I freaking hope.
Yeah, there was an article that I saw that was like, if Sony gets Spider-Man, Venom 2 is probably rated R. And I was like, how does that...
Wait,
how would that work? I thought it would be the opposite. No, I don't know. I'm sort of like I'm with you. I'm a little torn about it. I'm in the camp where it's like, yo, I don't want Disney like owning full rights to Spider-Man. But I mean, you're right. They've done a great job with Tom Holland for sure. But I also think Tom Holland's like a great actor, and that's what's like elevating like this story even more. I agree with you partially on the Robert Downey Jr. in that I don't like his inclusion in Homecoming, but I think Far From Home is nothing without that dynamic already set up. So while that was like an annoying portion of Homecoming, and it's like one of the few things that keeps it from a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. He's great with Tony and Infinity War and Endgame, and well, they're not together in Far From Home, but just sort of him remembering Tony. Yeah. The only thing that I would be like a little worried about, because I honestly think a deal is going to go through regardless.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was about to say.
The only thing I'm worried about is there was an article that got released like 4 hours ago that was like, apparently Disney was like, okay, scrap everything. We'll just take like a third of everything and we'll help you finance a third of everything. And apparently Sony said no. I don't know if that's true or Disney trying to like, sort of force hands or something like that. But that would concern me if that were the case. But I do think a deal's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't have anything to prove it, but I think a deal's beneficial for them both. The highest grossing Spider-Man movie ever is Far From Home. Disney made that, and yet Sony still gets, they got 100% of Spider-Man merchandise. They got, I think, 100% of that box office. I think
no.
No,
Sony
it was 5%.
Sony gets yeah. So
I thought
so. 100% merchandising.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which the merchandising makes up a lot of the money.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the stat, like Disney made their money back on the Star Wars acquisition on just merchandise alone in the first year.
Yeah.
Like without the movie.
Yeah, I know, but I thought, I guess I was just wrong about the box office thing.
No, I think they get a decent amount of the opening weekend box office or something like that, but Sony gets primarily, but they have to pay to make the entire movie is the biggest issue.
Okay.
And Sony was like, how are you just going to keep taking like all our merchandising rights and have us pay for the movie? I get like where they're coming from.
I don't know. I think it's fair to renegotiate that deal, seeing as how well Disney was doing with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of beneficial for both to just make a deal, no matter what it be.
Okay, wait. I have one thing I want to throw out to both of you real quick. I get we're movie like geeks and like we care about this stuff. The average like Joe Blow, like not saying that offensively, I just mean like if there's a Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland that Sony makes themselves, would they even care?
No.
I think so.
I don't think they would.
I honestly really don't think that most people are even like know about
aware this is happening. Yeah.
I see some of the people that I'm like friends with on Facebook that like aren't in movies or anything like that sharing stuff about it, but not really all that many people. Like I told my dad about it and he didn't know. Like I had to be like, hey, this is happening. If I never told him, he would have just went and seen the next Spider-Man movie and been like, yeah, this is good.
That's what I mean. If there was like a Spider-Man Sinister Six or something like that came out next, I don't know if people would be saying going into it like, oh, this isn't an MCU movie. Because I remember when we saw Venom specifically, there were a lot of people that think that's an MCU movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that think X-Men's in the same universe as the main MCU. Like, I just mean like maybe we're sort of overstating this because the film community thinks they're bigger than they are. Because like the film community hates Lion King in large part, but that movie is making bonkers amounts of money. Yeah. So it's just one of those things that, I don't think it would. I don't know. I think Sony's sort of looking at it being like, how much money would we actually lose if we just took this deal out of here?
Yeah, but I think it's a bluff. I think part of all the Spider-Man making all this money and is being part of the MCU. I mean, it's not like Amazing Spider-Man. I guess it's an awful movie, but it couldn't make the money. And I think if you take it out,
it did make money.
Yeah, but clearly not enough to make a third.
No, I think the problem was
the
that
third got stopped because of like emails. Like there's a whole bunch of like leaked emails and like stuff like that. Not because it didn't make money.
There was weird stuff
That's
with
why they
Sony's
stopped it?
Yeah. I think that was around wasn't that around the interview or no?
I assume so. The interview was leaked along with those emails that happened.
I don't know. Sony's been a weird company. I'm for sure not fully endorsing so I just think you're completely right. I think Sony's made too many mistakes at this point where they wouldn't be like, all right, John Watts, you're going to do what we tell you to do. They'd be like, hey, we don't know how to do these movies, so you're in charge.
Yeah, I'm not saying they won't make money. They'll make a ton. I just think they'll make more merchandising money if they stay in Disney.
All right. That's enough Spooty Main talk. We're going to move on to 10 picks this week for fan votes. Whoever votes first, you can just say a quick thing on this movie. It's going to be a yes or no. If you want your fan film nominated, just give us 3 films of the decade. This is for our decade tournament at the end. We're going to let fans vote on their favorite movies, some of the movies that have already been approved. So that's what we're doing right here. Are Paddington 2, Whiplash, Blade Runner 2049, films like that haven't been locked in the tourney yet. But without further ado, we're going to vote on 10 of the fan nominees. So this film actually comes from myself. It's Hell or High Water, so it's a yes for me because it's a self-voted one. Evan, how do you feel about this? Keep in mind, it's to go into the fan vote for the tournament of 64. But
yeah, I mean, okay. I guess I'm confused on how much I need to like this film to think it should be in the vote.
Yeah.
It's really just a personal thing. Because I want to say it's kind of overrated, but if I say yes, it just goes into the vote. I don't know. I guess I'll say yes, but I do think it's overrated.
All right. Hannah, what do you think?
I think it's overrated. I'm going to say no.
Whoa!
I should have said no, too.
You could change your vote.
I'll change it to no.
Right.
I liked it, and I don't know. I haven't thought about it ever since I seen it, at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the editing is kind of atrocious.
Whoa! You take that back.
It's a hot take, I know.
No, I I don't know. I guess I'm just in a completely different boat than you, because it was just a film that I kept thinking about, and it kept racking my brain, and I was like, yeah, that's just a movie that I love. I don't know what it is, but just the whole high setting in the South. Definitely check it out. These two boobs are the worst.
I'm with her. Didn't stay with me.
That's fair. Next, I'm gonna let Evan talk first. We have Spotlight from Sam.
I don't know. Another movie, really liked it at the time. Haven't thought about it since. I mean, I'll say no.
Wow. Hannah, what's your pick?
Yeah, Spotlight's one of my favorite Best Picture winners.
I would also say yes.
I've watched it a lot. I love Spotlight.
I actually haven't revisited it yet, but I just remember afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know what it's really good. I just
it's one of the few. But Hannah's talking about Best Picture winners, especially with that subject material. It could feel I don't know when a subject,
Post, but it's not.
That's what I was literally gonna say. The Post. I was like, it just feels like that was made because they were like, oh boy, the Oscars are gonna love this.
Yeah.
It just felt like someone wanted to put a spotlight.
Yeah. Well, I have nothing bad to say about the movie except it's kind of the same thing. It didn't stick with me, and I don't really want to rewatch it for some reason.
Hannah, I'll let you talk first on this one. Green Room.
100% yes. I love Green Room. It's one of my favorite horror thrillers. One of my favorite A24 movies. It's awesome.
Oh no. it's probably a no for me. I know people love it. I think part of the reason I need to revisit it. This was when I was at my first university. When I was in the movie club group, everyone loved Green Room. So I think I sort of went in with high expectations. So it's a no for me, but.
Well, I wish I had said yes to Spotlight because I'm definitely saying no to Green.
Oh.
I don't know. Sorry.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Green Room, hit the green room. All right, we're back to me with the Vitch. Yes for me. I don't think this movie's boring. It's really interesting horror. Probably teeters the line of what would be a yes, but I'm still going to go yes.
Yeah, I'll say it's a yes for me, barely. Really solid horror movie. There's been a lot of good ones recently, but sometimes there's been long dry spells of no even interesting horror movies, and I think this is one that's very interesting.
For sure. Hannah?
Yeah, I love The Witch. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah. I made the mistake when we were voting on these last with I asked you what you thought of Black Swan or something like that, and you're the one that picked it. Like, it didn't even register in my mind that you had you were the one that was like, yeah, I voted for this film.
I didn't even think of it either, so.
Inside Llewyn Davis, I think Evan's first. What do you feel about this one?
It's not my favorite for those directors, and I don't know. I'm gonna say yes because I don't think it'll get voted in.
Oh, okay, weird, but Hannah, what do you feel on this one?
I've seen it once. I don't really remember anything about it. Haven't really thought about it since I've seen it. So. No.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess I disagree with both of you guys because this is one of my favorite. I need to rewatch it again to make sure, but like, there's just something about the mood of Inside Llewyn Davis. I'm just like, yeah, this really like resonates with me, and I think Oscar Isaac gives a like. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the most like charged performance, but it's a really interesting performance, so it gets in. Hannah, you're first with Wind River. The Windy River.
I love Wind River, like To the Moon and Back. I think it's probably Jeremy Renner's best performance that I've seen him give. Yeah, I love Wind River, so yeah.
Sick. Also gonna be a yes for me. This comes from Taylor Sheridan. I think he's one of the best writers. He's directing this. The cinematography in here looks great, almost to the point where like I looked up the camera. It's about $80K, and I was like, man, if I had that, then I could make movies. And don't get me wrong, a lot of other stuff that go into movies, so I didn't buy the camera. But yeah, it's a yes for me. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'll give it a yes, but doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, no, I was already locked in. All right, I'm first with her. It's a hard yes for me. So.
Me too. I love her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know how much like. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorites.
I love Joaquin. Also, no, I'll save that later. Never mind. Wolf of Wall Street. Yes.
I'm gonna go.
I'll say. Ooh.
It's all on you then. Pressure's on.
No, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I liked it, although I haven't seen it since, but I still like it.
Bro, film wins. Baby Driver. Hannah, I'll let you go first.
Yes, Baby Driver.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best edited movies ever.
Yes.
So hard yes for me.
I'll say yes, but it's my least favorite from the director.
What?
Same.
What?
Yeah,
oh, no. No, we're not arguing about Edgar Wright at the moment. All right, to round it out, Coco. What you feel, Evan?
I'll say yes. I love animation, and it's one of the best of the decade, animated-wise. Top 10, at least.
Hannah, how do you feel about it?
As much as I like Coco, I'm never gonna ever get past Disney keep on using these like twist villains, and like that automatically like knocks down like good amount of how much I like Pixar Disney movie. So no. Because they did the twist villain thing, and it's so annoying at this point.
That's fair. So I decide Coco's Fate. It's a yes for me.
Wait, I just want to ask, so does that hurt the like other movies that do that twist in like retrospect?
I mean, okay, so Coco was 2017, right? I'm thinking of the first time that I saw it that like really like clicked with me, and I was like, yo, this is a really good twist, was Wreck-It Ralph. And ever since then, it's like Frozen, Coco, like there's so many.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why does this keep on happening?
Does it hurt Wreck-It Ralph for you, or like Big Hero 6 or Frozen?
Big Hero 6, yes. Frozen, yes. Wreck-It Ralph, no.
Okay.
I really like, because that's the first time I was like, whoa, this is like really effective. This is really good. And then it just kept happening after that. And I was like, no, I don't like this anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
Sweet. So we have our ones that have made. I think overall it's Coco, Wolf of Wall Street, Baby Driver, Her, Wind River, Inside Llewyn Davis, The Vitch, Spotlight, and that's it. Only 2 left out. Wow, crazy. Maybe we're going a little too easy.
You see, I don't know what level.
No, we needed to go through a lot of them. There were just a couple.
It's just weird because I was like switching movie to movie. What
criteria you're going on? Yeah. So we'll get into the main topic for this week, talking fall and winter releases. We're technically going to start fall early. I know fall is like on the calendar wise, it's September 22nd. But we wanted to talk a little getting ready before we do that. So I guess the first film we'll talk about is September 6th, It Chapter 2. What do you guys want to say? I'll let Hannah go first.
Okay.
I'm really excited to watch it. I know there's been kind of a mixed reaction, even though I've seen mostly positive things. People keep insisting that it's kind of mixed. The cast is great, and I love the first one, so I'm really hyped to see it.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I don't know. I've seen reactions to it so far, and I don't think anybody said the movie is inherently like bad or anything like that. I have heard like a lot of people say it's flawed, which I don't mind, especially with the Jesus, Mom. God,
just power through.
Yeah. But I think the main thing for me is to realize I don't think it was a runaway loved movie back when it initially. I think it had like a 70 or something like that. I bet from the critical consensus, I know they haven't released like scores yet. I bet it's something like 60-ish, maybe 62.
Oh, I feel like that's low.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean that's too like high for what they feel? Or too low when the film comes out?
Too
like,
low for our hype is, I think, what she's saying, right?
No. Are you saying like you think that like on Rotten Tomatoes it's going to sit around like a 60?
Oh, no. I'm saying Metacritic.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I have no clue on Rotten Tomatoes. If Rotten Tomatoes is like a 76, then it's sort of a talking point.
Yeah, okay. I feel like this movie should be pretty high on Rotten Tomatoes, unless maybe it is flawed and just some people will really like it and others won't.
And those flaws can like stick with them.
Yeah. I'm super hyped though.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's probably, I don't know. It's the first movie to save us from August, and August has been
that's true.
A slog.
Yeah, I love the visual style of the director, and I think the cast's amazing. I'm worried about it being too long because I think the first one's really watchable and concise, even though I don't remember how long it was, but
it was pretty long. It's like 2.
It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Really?
I think it's 30 minutes, but it's 2 hours plus 20 minutes.
Okay.
For sure.
I don't know. I didn't know there were reviews there, and I'm just really excited. I think it looks great.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, The Goldfinch. I think this was an Oscar movie that is with Ansel Elgort, but they pushed it to earlier because it came out in a couple festivals, and they were like, "Oh wait, this is just a movie that's based on a book that could be solid, but people are going to forget about." I'm not too excited about it. I did see the trailer for this one. As I've said a couple times, I don't really watch trailers usually. Did for this one, it was pretty good, but like also seemed like, I don't know. I was worried on that one in particular because I was like, this is one of those movies where they could probably edit together a good trailer and it could be bad, and I wouldn't know. But I was like, man, this looks emotional. Evan, how do you feel about The Goldfinch?
I do remember seeing this trailer once I looked it up. I don't like what the trailer's pitching as a movie. Yeah. I think it'll be kind of a slog of a movie, even if it is well acted.
That's what I'm worried about, because I thought the trailer looked interesting.
Even if it's well acted and like it's about an interesting subject, I just think the way they're going to go about it is going to be boring.
Yeah,
probably. But I can't know that for sure.
Hannah, do you have any thoughts on this one?
I didn't even watch the trailer. I know that like everyone on Twitter was like sharing it around and was like really excited for it.
Yeah, I was surprised with that.
I don't even know what it's about. I just know that like I saw like a few posters and like people talk about it, and I was like,
I'll summarize it in one word: drama.
Oh.
Like I think he doesn't he lose his parents?
Yeah, to a bombing.
It sounds like an episode of This Is Us.
Oh, yeah. The other film coming out that week is Manos. It's a smaller release, so I don't know if it'll come. I'm about to tell you the premise, Evan. You don't have to look it up. No, sorry, I didn't mean to
see the cast.
I didn't mean to say that to like break the fourth wall. But it's on a fairway mountaintop. 8 kids with guns watch over a hostage in a conscripted milk cow. It's with Moises Arias and a couple of good other people. It's a drama thriller. I thought this would be more of a comedy. That's why I wrote it down at first, and then they released the genres. I'm really interested in it just as a concept. I don't know if I'll get the chance to see it, but just putting people on that later release. I don't know if you guys have other thoughts.
I haven't heard of it until now. It's interesting though.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it. I like the poster.
I love the poster.
It's already got some good reviews. That's an interesting premise. I like those kind of movies. I don't know. It looks good to me. Good thriller.
Yeah, it sounded, before I knew it was a drama thriller, I thought it was going to be like Free Fire in like a comedy sense. So that's why I was really excited for it. But I'm still interested.
So what made you think it was a comedy? Was it the cow bit?
Moises Arias and the cow.
Oh, okay.
Like,
because what you just said sounded pretty like serious. So when you said you thought it was gonna be a comedy, I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought I just saw cow and I was like, it'll be funny. And it has the guy from Hannah Montana.
Cow equals comedy.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird that they mentioned the cow in the description.
Exactly.
It must play a part.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Next weekend we have a trio of releases, one of which we're not that interested, so we won't talk about that much. So we'll mention Downton Abbey first because don't really care about it.
Oh, okay.
Based on a TV show, doing it for the period drama squad, but even Turtle's not excited on this.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those
What'd
things.
you say? What was it?
Downton Abbey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she said like, I don't think she's big on Downton Abbey. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know it's a big show.
Oh yeah, I think my mom loves it. I mean,
yeah, this could be like a surprise counter programming because like what's releasing this weekend, Downton Abbey could do solid multiple weekends.
I think fans of the show, I think there's a big base. I don't know that many. I think it's an older people who like period dramas. I've never liked period dramas.
But yeah, we'll move on to one that we have more thoughts on. Rambo: Last Blood. I haven't seen a Rambo movie ever.
Neither
have I.
Okay. This looks ridiculous. I think it looks
I haven't even seen a trailer.
You need to watch at least one. It just looks so like, I don't know. There's just this idea of studios being like, oh yeah, you remember this guy? Like he's back in action. I don't know what movie did it right first.
Wait, are you saying you're not ready for the Die Hard prequel? No, they keep ramping up for.
They're not doing that anymore. They've
canceled They canceled that? Okay,
they've canceled that.
Yeah, that's probably gonna.
But like Halloween,
I don't know, maybe
when you're
something like Taken.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just all these movies where they're like, he's back, and it's like, who cares? Like, this just looks like a bad movie. Maybe it has like good action because the trailer I saw, it looked well shot. I'll give it that, but I am not excited about.
Wait,
I haven't seen anything about it.
Is that the trailer? Are those the trailers that use what's it called? The song that was like on top of Billboard for like ever, and it's by a rapper. Old Town Road.
Yes.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
It's only with the Billy Ray Cyrus bit, but yes, they do use Old Town Road.
Wow. Okay. Only way it works if they do it tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I don't
Old
think
Town
they
Road's
are.
playing constantly.
But we'll move on to the last of that trio with Brad Pitt's Ad Astra from James Gray. I'm hesitantly excited for this. James Gray is not a director I'm too fond of. I thought Lost City of Z was pretty boring. Not big on We Own the Night. Those are the only two I've seen. I like Brad Pitt. I like space.
That's almost identical to what I was just about to say. Brad Pitt, space. And I think you're saying it's boring. I think a slower contemplative thing can really work better in space sometimes than
my thing specifically is Lost City of Z. Everyone was telling me, because people know I really like adventure movies. And people are like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good adventure movie. And then I watched it and I was like, no, this is more like, it feels like a history movie.
Okay. Well, I think and then I'm still going to say they're like pitching it as like a space drama. So yeah, I don't know. It makes more sense. Kind of sounds like it's working to his strengths.
There's like so many space movies coming out this year, like High Life, that Natalie Portman movie, and then this one.
Yeah, we didn't realize Natalie Portman had one.
On like space movies, like
Apollo 11 too.
Oh my god,
the documentary.
Yeah.
I guess it did. Right?
That space.
I mean, you just have to hope that they moved it because people like it and not because no one likes it.
I think they moved it because they were worried. And that's what I'm worried about.
I was hoping they were trying to get it closer to Oscar season.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to stay optimistic because movement's always a bad sign.
Yeah. We'll probably only talk about two. Abominable, which is the How to Train Your Dragon team with DreamWorks making a snowman movie that doesn't look great. Hannah, do you have did you know about this? Or
I have to ask you guys something. Did you guys see trailers for this like a long time ago? Like in
No.
theaters? I
No.
remember seeing trailers for this so long ago in theaters. And I didn't even think about it until the other day when I saw a trailer for it play before a YouTube video. And I was like,
Wait,
Hannah, I'm not questioning you, but are you sure you're not talking about Smallfoot?
no, I swear to God, this is the movie that it was the exact same trailer that I seen in a movie theater so long ago.
I don't know what you're talking about then. That's crazy.
At least a year. And I saw it play before a YouTube video the other day, and I was like, this is just now coming out. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please tweet me. Please let me know that I'm not crazy.
I'll try to look up when production started on it.
I'm gonna say she's right because there's weird stuff going on. It comes out in
September
in the next month, and I haven't seen.
I just saw a trailer for Dora.
I forgot it was a thing.
To Dora.
Okay, so I haven't seen anything about it. It looks like they're not pushing it hard whatsoever. I'm tired of Smallfoot and Missing Link and Big.
But Zendaya's
there's another one. There's another
No.
Abominable movie. I forget what
Another
it's called.
Abominable? I thought you were going to say Bigfoot.
Yeah, like a Bigfoot, like Abominable Snowman movie.
Oh, God.
I didn't write it
By
down
who?
because it looks bad, but it's a no-name studio.
Okay.
Animation.
I mean, this looks like something that's made by a no-name studio. The designs just look bad, but I don't know. Good team if you're correct about the How to Train Your Dragon thing.
Yeah. The other film I had to mention, just because I thought this was a weird release for it. They were pushing these in all the Oscar movies I've seen so far. Judy.
Judy.
Yeah, it's the vehicle for Renee Zellweger. It's the legendary performer Judy Garland arrives in London in 1968, and it's just about her rise to fame. Looks like probably the most Oscar-y movie I've seen ever. Almost to its detriment, I'm pretty sure, because a September release isn't the best. I don't know if they're going for like a Bohemian Rhapsody type approach where like it gains tractions and people keep talking about it. But you know, I keep looking. This is a win for me and Team Awkwafina for Best Actress because she's one of the competitors. There's another movie with Cynthia. I forget her last name, but she's from Bad Times at El Royale. What?
Arrivo.
Yes, Arrivo. She's coming out with another movie. I don't think I have that one listed, but the field does look smaller because I think her performance in that is going to be one that takes audiences and gains a little bit of buzz. But other than that, I don't see that many Best Actress performances in the field so far. But do you guys have anything else on Judy? Sorry.
No.
No, not really, honestly.
No, you're good. I just wanted to talk.
I think it'll probably get overlooked, and then everyone will forget about it.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
my guess.
All right. And then a small release, we have The Death of Dick Long.
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it comes to us from the Swiss Army Man directors. Should be in a similar vein. Should be really fun.
I mean, Swiss Army Man's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually haven't seen the trailer, but Swiss Army Man is great, so I'm excited.
The poster and trailer, they're chef's kiss.
I thought the poster was great. Yeah, I'm a big fan of what they have so far because it was just a still. Because Letterboxd does this weird thing where they just get a still from like the first photo shoot movies, and that looked pretty good. But the actual poster is solid.
Ooh.
We're moving into October. Ooh, spooky. With the release of Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix. Hannah, I'll let you go first. How do you feel about this? Especially with the R-rated news coming out this week.
I'm just waiting on another trailer because I liked the first trailer and then like it's kind of just been crickets other than like people being like, oh, I read the script and it sucks. So I'm excited because I love Joaquin Phoenix. I don't really love the director. He hasn't really done anything in this vein before, so I'm kind of excited to see like what he does with this. But yeah, I'm hesitant.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that. I just don't know what's gonna happen in the movie, and I'm glad they're leaving that ambiguity. But I don't know. It just worries me. What if the movie's just kind of slowly following him around New York as he kind of goes crazy, but like that much really happens. It could be a great performance and still just not be an interesting movie that keeps your attention.
For sure.
But we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just with Scorsese involved like in the team. I am interested, but I mean, he also was involved with War Dogs partially. That's not a film that's not a film I love. Like, there's just I don't know. There's something about it that like didn't. Jonah Hill's crazy in that movie, in a good way, I guess, but. I don't know. The only other movie releasing that weekend is one that's already been out in a couple of different areas, Pain and Glory. I just wanted to mention it because it's from Pedro Almodovar, and it stars Antonio Banderas as well. These two have worked together in The Skin I Live In, so that's the only reason I wanted to bring it up, but it should be a pretty good movie. I don't know if it'll get Oscar buzz, hopefully, but then we have another set of three, one I'm worried of. The Addams Family.
Oh.
For the 11th. Yeah, I think this movie looks bad. Like, Dead on Arrival bad.
Wait, you said Get Out and Arrival's bad?
No. Dead on Arrival bad.
Oh, okay.
Get Out and Arrival. Two well-loved films.
I thought you were comparing it to Get Out and Arrival, and I was like,
no.
what?
That would be insane. But yeah, no, I just think like the jokes don't land for me. I think this will probably still make a decent amount of money just because the Addams Family are in the public like zeitgeist, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
I think it'll be a fine bit of fun in the Hotel Transylvania vein. I think it's the same director, right?
Is it?
I don't think it's Gindi. I'm almost positive it's not Gindi, actually.
Oh, okay. Then actually, I'll change it. I think I'm worried it's not him. Because he's a great... Everyone likes him. He's a great director.
It is not.
Oh,
it's the Thomas the Train. Actually, that director's done some things.
I mean, kind of.
I don't
the
know.
animation's ugly.
Yeah, that's my big thing. I think the animation's ugly. The jokes don't seem great for a trailer. And it's like, hey, if you're going to... like, I don't watch trailers too often, but like normally they show the best jokes in the trailer. And when I'm like cringing at you being like, you sunk my battleship, like that doesn't bode well for the movie. Another film that's coming out that weekend is Gemini Man with Ang Lee and Will Smith. I'll throw this out there. I think this movie's going to be good.
I will go the opposite way. Yeah, I do not care about this movie. I won't see it, and I think it'll probably be boring and overdramatic.
Okay. Well, I think people are already like putting that label on it, and I think it's going to be solid. I don't know. There's just some weird feeling where I'm like, Ang Lee, I like you.
Did you like the trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer.
Okay.
I haven't seen the trailer either.
Hey.
Not a great trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, and then the only other film that week is a film that so many people have seen because you guys don't support theater releases. That's right. I'm coming after you. I'm talking Bong Joon-ho's Parasite. The digital release or the rip has already like flooded the internet for all you pirators out there. But you better give your money. What?
It leaked?
Yeah, there was in the first week there were bad subtitles. So like there were lots of people being like, "Hey, please don't watch this version of this film. It's not how it's supposed to be watched." And then someone made a better subtitle, like a fan made it, which I still was like, that's not the way like the director's intending. I don't know. I was just super upset. But like we got into like a long discussion with a couple of other people because they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to see this regardless, so I want to see it now." And I just think it's one of those things where like people want to talk about something. So they're like, "Oh, I got to see this." Because I understand what that's like. Like I've seen Knives Out before it came out, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
even though I can't like discuss it with people, and like it with Parasite in particular, like it got so much buzz at Con that I understand why people are watching it early, but I'll see it in the theater.
Yeah,
I'm super hyped for the movie though. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah,
I love Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho, and everyone keeps saying that it's like a masterpiece. So.
Yeah, I hope that translates to him sort of gaining buzz around the Oscars. especially the lead actor because he's been great in some other works. But
I think there'll be a good amount of Oscar
especially because it's a pretty weak year so far.
Oh, so if you finally agree.
Well, no, I just mean so far, like from
from what I mean, there could be a surprise, but
Yeah.
from what I'm looking at, there's not a ton of like Oscar bait or whatever things that are trying to go Oscar.
Yeah.
Right?
So moving on from that, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. This is a weird. It's supposed to be like a special release. I don't know if it's like a mainstream movie. I don't really know what's going on with it. I think this is going to be pushed, and they just haven't decided
really?
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's going to be a January movie.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a bad.
I've
sign.
seen a lot of people like excited for it that aren't like movie people. Like I've seen like the trailer shared around on Facebook a lot, and like people that I'm like friends with on Facebook be like, I'm really excited for this movie. So,
Really?
Yeah, I've seen
Maybe I'm wrong.
that,
I just
like,
have
aren't
seen
movie
like
fans.
no one mention it so far. And especially because it's coming. So it comes out on Wednesday, which is a little weird itself. But it also comes out in a packed weekend after that. So I'm going to mention two of these because I think about the same for them.
Oh.
Maleficent 2 and Zombieland 2. Both of those.
Zombieland 2.
I just think it's too late to make a Zombieland 2. It could be fine.
I don't think it's too late. I think it's too pointless. I think the first one kind of.
Yeah, it's pointless, and I'm scared because the director just made Venom.
Ooh.
But the trailer was
Venom. People love Venom.
I don't think
I'm
that
glad
many
that
people.
people love
I'm
Venom.
Um,
I don't.
Do you have anything on Maleficent 2? Because I didn't realize that
seen
movie
the first
made as
one.
much money as it did.
Yeah, I'm so against this. I don't even really like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Then other than that, we got Jojo Rabbit, which is still going to come out. Should be really fun. I think all three of us are really excited for it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Not even fun to say about it because we're that
Hopefully,
excited.
Taika gets some buzz for Best Actor.
As Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
that would be great.
A miracle if he does, and I would be so happy about it.
Sorry, my dog's not even my dog. It's the blind dog that's like 80 years old. He's barking in the back, and he doesn't even know what he's barking at. So I don't. I guess I'll let him in. Give me 1 sec.
I wasn't barking that much.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, never mind. We should be fine then. I guess I can hear him. It's a problem. But we have The Lighthouse in limited release this weekend as well. I thought it was a weird weekend to go limited release with those three films sort of cornering the market. I don't know. There's been a lot of weekends so far in 2019 where there's like 4 movies that are releasing and like none of them budge. But I'm really excited for this. I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm worried that this film won't resonate with me as much as it's going to with other people. And maybe that's just because I've seen a lot of people when they're talking about their 2019 lists and they're mentioning Parasite, which is like they have already seen Parasite. And they're like, yeah, this is probably my number one movie. Except when I see The Lighthouse, that could always. And I don't like the fact that people are already like sticking a flag like and being like, oh, The Lighthouse is going to be great. Or going to be one of my favorites of the year. I don't know.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Parasite. That's what.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess more people have seen it, but a lot of people have seen The Lighthouse.
No, but I like even Hannah's
They
like
played at
super
the same
excited.
festivals.
Yeah. But Hannah's not
Lighthouse
sitting
is
here
my-
being like, oh, hey, Parasite's gonna be in my top 10.
Oh yeah.
You can be
Lighthouse is my
excited for
most-
something.
My most anticipated movie of the year. I'm really excited about The Lighthouse, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it.
I think it's different to say. I don't know. My problem was like, I think it's different to say something is an anticipated movie and then saying, oh, it's probably like going to be in my top 5. I just don't do that with expectations.
Weird. Yeah. No,
Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I think it'll be a step up from The Witch in most like cases. I think he's improving.
that's
Also,
what I'm saying.
I'm worried that people that don't know how bizarre this movie's going to be.
It does look like it'll be bizarre. Even the wacky style, but I think I'll just enjoy the creativity to it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty weird, I guess.
All right, so moving on to November, we have Terminator Dark Fate. It's not too excited about.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh,
Why do they keep making Terminators?
Hannah,
I
do you
don't
have?
care about it.
Okay,
At all.
well, the only thing I'll say is return of Sarah Connor. I don't know if she already returned or not.
I mean,
See, this is another thing where they're like Rambo. They're like, oh, Sarah Connor, she's back. Like
What?
they're doing the thing.
but do
people
people they
care?
also like See, the fourth one was like a prequel. Fifth one was like all jumping through time. Now they're saying cut off the third one. This is the new third one.
Yeah.
What?
That's fine with me.
That's so
I've never seen the
weird.
Terminator movie, so.
Whoa, you should watch T2 and Terminator before. Terminator is a really fun movie, and then T2 is just really, really well made. The only other movie that week is Motherless Brooklyn. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this is going to be the directorial, I believe, debut for Edward Norton. It's going to be starring Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, and I think Bruce Willis, and and Willem Dafoe. Looks like his push to gain some Oscar buzz from what I've heard. I'm decently excited for this, especially, actor turning director. Don't really know anything about it. I think a trailer dropped this weekend. Do you guys have any thoughts, excitement, all that good?
Solid premise. And I think it fits well with what Bruce Willis, if Bruce Willis actually tries, I think it's been a while.
I was going to say he definitely phoned it in glass, so.
Oh, and isn't Ed Norton known for being
hard to
very
work with?
tough to work with?
Yes.
And it's all.
I think that's good though, because Edward Norton's a pretty good. Okay,
yeah,
I get what you mean. Like, you shouldn't be a bad person or like mean to people for sure. But I just mean, I feel like Edward Norton's mind, he's thinking like, oh, well, I want to do my own project because I know how to act. I know how to get like good performance. He's thinking in his head. So like, it's definitely going to be a leap, but I think it's going to be a successful one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, did you see what it was about?
No, I don't want to know.
You don't even want to know?
No. I'm sorry for the listener that wants to know.
I was literally just okay. Never mind. I guess
we'll move on to November 8th. A lot of movies that are releasing. I'll talk about the ones that really don't matter. There's Last Christmas, which it looks like A Bad Mom's Christmas, releasing in November.
Is that the sequel to Las Vegas?
No, that would be funny.
Is that the Henry Golding movie?
I think so. The one that people, well, spoiler, I guess, but
and Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke's in it. I think people were already hypothesizing that she dies. All
I've heard is the trailer is awful.
Well, really? Someone was saying that the trailer was supposed to be awful or something. I don't know. I think this movie's going to be bad. There's also Midway by the guy who does Geostorm in 2012. Roland Emmerich.
Let's skip over that.
I think one of the Jonas Brothers, one of the Joe Bros is in it. So if you guys are into that. Playing with Fire, the fireman, Michael Key and John Cena movie. Looks like solid, wholesome fun. Like, not great, but like pacifier quality.
So the best movie ever.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But the big one this week is Dr. Sleep. How do you guys?
I am pumped for Dr. Sleep.
Nice.
One of my most anticipated because I really love The Haunting of Hill House. This guy does tons of horror stuff. Not all of his horror stuff is like the best, but he does tons of stuff. And this is a property where most people don't like the book, but I think the book has a really good premise. I love Ewan McGregor, and I don't know, he's been doing like he did like the Winnie the Pooh one last year.
Yeah.
I want to see him do drama, and this seems like it'll be dramatic, thriller, horror. And I think that's perfect for I guess I should say their names. I can't remember right now though. The director.
Oh,
is it Cary Fukunaga?
No, that's the guy who did what's the Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
Oh no, yeah, it's not Fukunaga. It's
yeah, he's the one that's doing the new Bond.
It's Flanagan.
Is Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I remembered it the last second.
Jeez.
Didn't he do the Ouija movie?
The second one. People liked
more.
One.
That one was good.
Yes, it did. Gerald's Game and Hush. I'm not big on Hush though.
Yeah,
Hush is okay.
I didn't say all his movies were good, but I think his most recent thing is that TV show, and that TV show's great.
Sure. It definitely interested now that you mentioned that. Hannah, do you have any other thoughts on that, or?
I really like Gerald's Game. And I'm assuming that Dr. Sleep is probably going to be like in the same vein as the thriller, or is it a horror movie or is it a thriller?
It's the sequel to The Shining.
I think it's going to be like a drama though.
A drama thriller horror movie.
I don't.
Okay.
You don't think it'll be a horror movie?
I'm not certain, but I
don't know. Everything that guy does is a horror movie. I mean, it'll be a drama.
Yeah,
but it'll have the horror elements.
The only other thing of note that weekend is the vehicle for Shia LaBeouf that Blake's been going on about, Honey Boy. This is going to be from Alma Harrell that has been getting decent buzz. It's basically a screenplay from Shia LaBeouf based on his own experiences where Shia LaBeouf plays his own father.
What?
Yeah, it's been getting some high buzz from a lot of people, some mixed buzz from other critics. I'm really excited for it, especially after another Shia performance I saw this week. But do you guys have any other additions or?
The trailer looks insane, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited for this.
Sick. I hadn't seen the trailer.
I don't know anything.
But that's interesting that you say insane. That's what I want from like a project like this. So good. November 15th, we have Charlie's Angels. I think this looks fun. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm so happy that you said that.
Because I heard a lot of people don't like the trailer.
I think
the trailer looks so fun.
Yeah,
really?
same.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I'm in on this. Like,
I think it looks very generic action.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like Gemini.
I'm not like against that though.
Just looks like girls having fun.
It looks like it's gonna like fall in the same vein as like Detective Pikachu, where I watch it and I'm like, this is probably the most movie that I've seen, but like I had fun watching it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm also a lover of Detective Pikachu, and I'm like, well, it's not a good movie, but I like it.
Yeah, I guess if they have fun with it, but I feel like they might not have as much fun with it.
Maybe. The other release that weekend is Ford v Ferrari, a film I'm really excited for. Two titans of acting.
Mm-hmm.
With Matt Damon and Christian Bale. I am interested who they're gonna. I assume they're pushing Bale for best actor of the two because I think he's the main guy. But I don't know if it's like considered an Oscar movie or if it's like a Rush where people don't talk about it. Because Rush had two stellar performances.
Yeah, but not
as big as those two guys. I just mean the fact that it's racing. I don't know.
Yeah, but Rush had like a stealth release or something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But Hannah, are you excited for this one?
I saw a trailer for it in front of Midsummer, and I had like no idea what it was. And then I saw that James Mangold directed it, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is probably something that I'll see. So yeah, I'm excited, I guess.
So excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about not a car guy, so it's about how I don't know how the movie will actually flow, whether it'll interest me.
I mean, the main thing, like, I agree with you, but I'm someone that really likes Rush. The main thing that excites me is that it's from James Mangold, who's fresh off Logan. And I think he's a pretty solid director. I know he did The Wolverine, which isn't the best. But he also did 3:10 to Yuma. So he's worked with Bale before, worked well with Bale. But we'll move on to the next weekend. 21 Bridges. The only thing I could say about this film is that it was 17.
Yeah.
And then someone miscounted. This looks forgettable.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diss my boy.
This will come and go real quick. It's another generic action movie. Although he's a good actor. I think there'll be a little bit more drama and weight to it, but it'll still be kind of forgotten in the end.
Yeah.
I feel like Chadwick. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I feel like Chadwick just keeps choosing these like really like forgettable movies. Like the last thing that he's been in like before Black Panther, like I can't think of anything before Black Panther. And I'm like, yeah, wow, Chadwick Boseman really did that,
Yeah, he did that Marshall movie that like a year or two before. That was supposedly him being like, oh, I'm a serious actor, type. He did Get On Up. He's pretty good in 42, which is a bad movie, but
oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought people liked that movie.
It's just so like it's just like The Blind Side for me, where I'm like, how do people like this?
People like The Blind Side too.
I know, but I think The Blind Side's horrendous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it since it came out, so I don't know.
Well, the thing that bothers me is 42 specifically. Sorry, this is a random tangent, but 42 specifically and The Blind Side, they're like being like, see, these are good, amazing people for not being racist. And it's the most like self-congratulatory like way to approach that storytelling.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you too are a great person because you don't think other people of color are lesser. And it's like, that doesn't make you a good person. That just makes you not a bad person. Huh?
It's like white savior movies, and that's
annoying.
Oh,
which I don't.
Isn't that what Get Out was supposed to be? Or not Get
Green Book. Jeez, man.
Sorry, Green Book. Yeah.
Yeah, Green Book's similar in that vein. Especially like the thing that bothers me with Green Book is that you have a famous piano player and a guy that's a little meatball, and you're like, oh, okay, well, the guy that is the little meatball has to be the one we show first, and it's like, wait, the one who has the compelling story with the complexity where like his family doesn't think he belongs in the Black community, he doesn't feel welcome there, he doesn't feel welcome in the white society. Yeah, no, his character is the one that makes that film interesting.
Yeah.
He's not the main character.
Oh, really?
Have you not seen Green?
No, I guess I just kind of tried to ignore it because I was kind of mad because I felt like Roma should have won, but it got snubbed because it was a Netflix movie.
So Green Book, it's a fun movie, but I remember saying to my friend, I was like, because they were like, oh, well, I don't like it because it's considered like an Oscar movie. And I was like, no, this isn't winning Best Picture. And they were like, no, it's going to be up there. And I was like, no, this is like last on the ballot, like maybe only behind Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. Again, random like aside on that. But other films, I'm really excited for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
That's being released?
Yeah, November 22nd.
My God. I can't believe that's getting released.
What do you mean? What?
Yeah, wait, what do you mean?
There's so much like crap behind it.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet was very open that he did not want to work with Woody Allen. He like literally gave all his like
Hannah, we're talking about a different movie.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Isn't that it?
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is the Tom Hanks.
Oh my.
Yeah, God. I don't know what you're talking about. A Beautiful Boy?
No.
Which already came out.
What's it called? Woody Allen did this movie with Timothy Chalamet. No, not Woody Allen. Woody Allen. Wait, what am I talking about?
All I know is you said Woody Allen, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, we're both bad.
And then you said Timothy Chalamet, and I was like, wait, what?
Okay, I know what I'm talking about, I promise.
Oh, A Rainy Day in New York,
which does sound similar in fairness.
That's it. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought you were talking about. Just kidding. Okay, continue.
No, this is the Tom Hanks vehicle for him to win another Oscar. So I'm really excited for it. I do think it's weird, especially this is the reversed First Man case, where like you had this amazing documentary, then to be like, okay, now we're going to make a movie about Mr. Rogers. I think this will catch the masses' attention more, which I'm always pro more Mr. Rogers talk, fine with me.
I just think he seems like Tom Hanks, not Mr. Rogers.
I'll agree with you on that.
Like he does the voice, and he's clearly trying to do an impression, but it's just so Tom Hanks.
There's been some times where like an actor is playing a live person that I've grown up knowing or like seeing a lot of, where it's like, oh, well, this actor's just playing him. And then I get immersed around 30 minutes in. I think that's going to be the case here.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
We'll see. I could be wrong too, but yeah, I'm with you. Documentary, it's good enough for me on this kind of subject material. The big bad that's coming out this weekend, Frozen 2. Who's ready to build a snowman?
I'm sorry. Really excited for Frozen 2.
Yeah, same.
I think the trailer looks great. I don't love the first one, but the trailer really got me into it. The trailers really got me into it, so. The first trailer, one of the best trailers maybe I've ever seen. And really?
I don't know. It just completely won me over. I love the.
It's the only reason I watched it because Evan was like, "Oh yeah, it's one of the best trailers ever." It's a great trailer. It's short and concise. It shows off animation. It gets me into a movie that I had no excitement for whatsoever. I don't know. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That doesn't mean the movie will be good, but I'm really interested where it will go because, like, I saw an article that was sort of like, "Oh, hey, here's kind of what some things will be revealed in the movie." Just about like Elsa's backstory, and the only thing I'm hoping is that they don't do a twist reveal. I hope it's just some random villain, not like they meet a guy in the first 10 minutes and he ends up being the villain.
I kind of hope it's not like there's. I really want an animated movie where like no villain, like Wreck-It Ralph 2 recently had it happen, and there really wasn't like a villain. It was just kind of Ralph's insecurity, and I really loved that. And it's like I wish more animated movies would do something like that. Like would just be, that does, and that could be true. In the trailers, there's I don't know. There's a sign that something's happening. No, I don't know. We haven't seen it. Like there's
there's a presence of evil, or like
it feels that way, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So then next weekend we got 2 films that are coming out. The Daniel Kaluuya film Queen and Slim. The only thing I'm trying to figure out about this, most of the time I have a pretty good sense on, oh, hey, this film's like Oscar buzzy, yada, yada, all that stuff. I don't know if this is an Oscar buzzy film or not yet. Obviously, Daniel Kaluuya did get nominated at the Oscars for Get Out, so maybe he has name recognition. This comes from Melina Matsukas. Sorry if I messed that up. But she directed a couple of episodes for Master of None, and she did Beyonce's Lemonade. So I'm really excited for it, but I just don't know if this is going to be one that like grabs everyone, I guess. Have you guys heard about it prior?
Yeah, I had to think about it for a sec. I've seen this trailer like multiple times, and the trailer just always, I think, don't watch the trailer. I think it gives away too much, but I don't know if I don't know. It just doesn't look, I don't know what to say about this movie. I don't know. It's interesting.
Hannah, do you know what to say about this movie?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm kind of getting the vibes that I got from like Beale Street. Like, it seems like a movie that would be nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars, and then come, what's called Oscars, like it's gonna get nominated for like nothing.
Yeah. I think especially
and then everyone at the end of the year is gonna be like, oh my god, you guys ignored Queen and Slim. Yeah. So
I think especially she has a really good artistic eye. Directing. I haven't seen Lemonade, but like so many people have talked to me. Yeah. But yeah, the other release that weekend is a film me and Evan have already seen, even though like at this point, like I don't want to mention it because like I feel like I've mentioned it like 5 times, even just recording this stuff, and I'm like, it's probably annoying at this point. Yeah, but we've seen Knives Out. It's coming out. Should be pretty good.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, we really like it. Can't say anything else. But Hannah, how do you feel not seeing the movie or not having seen the movie?
It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I'm really, really excited for it. I love Rian Johnson when he's doing original movies. That's not shade to The Last Jedi. That's not shade to The Last Jedi, I promise. I love The Last Jedi.
You're gonna get the fans from either camp of Last Jedi attacking you.
I'm ready. I'm prepared.
just the near name drop. So December, I've just grouped all of these. There's some that are smaller releases. The Aeronauts with Eddie Redmayne, I think, looks forgettable. It's just a movie where they go up in a balloon, or a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's necessarily about. It's gonna get an IMAX release. So apparently,
I'm sorry, just that made me laugh.
Do you really not know anything more?
I think like I'm pretty sure I've seen.
What is he like stuck in?
Yeah, this is the poster. He's on a hot air balloon.
Yeah, but it's like a journey. It's like an adventure at least.
Yeah, with Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne.
Sorry, you make it sound like he gets trapped in a hot air balloon.
Okay, well,
sorry, you're just like, oh, he's in a balloon, and then.
I mean, yeah, that's what the movie's about.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Oh my god, I need to calm down. That's so funny.
But yeah, this looks like in the same vein as like I don't know. This movie, like, it just seems weird to me that it's getting like a hard push for, because we have an Omni theater here, and like the Aeronauts is getting a special weekend for this movie, and I was like, what the heck? Like, how is this happening? He's the guy that did Peaky Blinders. Other films, A Hidden Life from Terrence Malick. People are talking about it getting an Oscar push. I don't think it's going to.
Why don't you think?
I don't think the Academy hasn't recognized Terrence Malick at all.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I thought so. Wasn't.
You keep talking about this, and I'll look it up.
Oh. Well, I don't know enough about it to talk about it. I don't really know
it's a well-regarded movie that came to a couple festivals. People really liked it. If you like Malick, you'll probably like this. If you don't, he's been nominated for 3 Oscars: Best Achievement in Directing, for Thin Red Line, and The Tree of Life.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, I mean, maybe he'll be nominated. I just see this. Like Hannah was saying with Queen and Slim, being like, man, people really didn't talk about this movie. And it's like, yeah, well, like everyone in the film community has seen it, but the Oscars are just dumb type thing. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Hidden Life. I don't know if you have extra thoughts, Hannah.
I I don't even know anything about this movie.
Okay. I guess I'll look up a premise to give you guys so that way we have some. Malik's someone from Austin, so I like to support the Texas people.
I think Terrence Malick movies are kind of boring, so
that's a fair statement. The thing is, I don't like. There's people that are like, you don't get it, and it's like, okay, well, no. If someone thinks they're boring, like that's completely valid. So this is about based on real events. Hidden Life is a story of an unsung hero who refused to fight for the Nazis in World War II. He was a peasant
kind of movies.
Yeah, I'm tired of war movies, even though we're about to get to another one.
We are?
Yeah.
What?
Cats. No, we'll save that. The war movie that Evan was talking about was Shaun the Sheep 2, Farmageddon.
You actually seemed confused. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, just making sure.
I
thought you were being genuine. Yeah, it's the only one there that it could be.
Okay, gotcha. Star Wars 9. No, but we'll talk Shaun the Sheep real quick.
Okay, sure.
This looks solid.
Okay, I'm not sure why we're not addressing the other war movie.
All right, what war movie? 1917?
1917. It's a World War I movie.
Yeah, sure. I don't know anything about it.
People were excited because it looks really realistic, but I'm just trying to group it in with the other war movies that I'm just not getting excited for because they kind of feel similar to all the war movies.
Yeah, it's got the guy from it's Sam Mendes.
Yeah,
and it's got
people really are excited about it.
People really like this trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I just didn't like it that much because it's another war movie.
Okay. It looks like Dunkirk.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, cool. It's got the guy that's from Captain Fantastic.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
that guy.
Wait,
He's George McKay. He's very handsome.
I know. It's I don't know. They're all just war movies.
All right.
How much more information can a movie give us about World War I or World War II when we've seen a million war movies?
Yeah, that's the weirdest part. Like all the comments were, "Oh, finally they're doing a realistic one." Have they not? Yeah, no. That's a good. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Other films, Shaun the Sheep 2. We'll just go brief. I guess it looks solid. I don't know, but looks
first
like forgettable as well.
No, I think it'll probably be the same as the first, right?
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I don't know that.
I like
any studio that does that kind of animation, I don't know.
They care for something.
Yeah, they put more care into sequels. I think.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong though.
Hannah, how you feel about Farmageddon? Sorry. God.
Oh, I forgot. This could be bad. I forgot that was the name for it.
Wait, are we still talking about Shaun the Sheep?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really excited for it actually, because I like the first one a lot. So
yeah,
it'll probably be fun.
Yeah. See,
another sequel, just sort of going on that same vein. Jumanji 3.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jumanji the next level.
Yeah, no, I got confused because I was like.
Oh wait! The Jumanji movie that came out in 2017, that was a sequel. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why I was confused for a second.
I think we're on the same wave now. Okay.
If they say on the poster Jumanji 3, I think they're messing up because people will get
There's
confused.
No way.
What do you mean?
I mean, the second one didn't say Jumanji 2.
Yeah.
No.
They're probably going to give it a subtitle if they haven't already.
It's called The Next Level.
But
it says Jumanji 3, The Next Level.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if the poster's been released or anything like that. Yeah, I'm steadily excited for this. Yeah, no, it doesn't have the 3.
Yeah, it doesn't say
smart. 3. We'll talk other sequels. Star Wars 9. I'm excited for.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what they're doing.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm like, well, this isn't true, but like Star Wars out a little bit. I don't know.
I am, even though I'm really excited for Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm worried this film is going to show a lot that Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams didn't talk as much as Disney wants us to think they did about writing their scripts, especially if they're going to try to shoehorn like Rey not being a nobody, which I mean they could do in an organic way, but I'm just...
Or, I don't know, the Emperor, people always like, oh, well, he didn't appear until the third one last time. I'm like, yeah, but this time it just really feels out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's see.
Hannah, what are your thoughts on Star Wars 9? Sorry.
All I can really say is that I'm excited for it. I love The Last Jedi. I'm also scared about the Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams like switch of directors. Even though I love J.J. and I love Rian, but I'm afraid that there's going to be a disconnect between the movies. But yeah, I'm really excited still.
Okay, sweet. And then we have three. Well, I guess they're not all original properties. Never mind. So we'll save the adaptation one for the last.
Okay, great.
Gonna end on a big. No, but Little Women. Greta Gerwig starring Saoirse Ronan, Timothée Chalamet. I think Emma Watson. Just a whole slew of people lit the film community on fire when the trailer dropped. Still haven't seen the trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm not very excited for it.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I don't like period dramas and Civil War, but I don't know. I'm excited with that cast and that director.
I'm just worried this is going to come down to one of those things where I see all this talented cast and this director, and I walk away from the movie being like, yeah, it was good, but I wish they did anything else with that team.
Boring to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I'm like, okay, I like period dramas, but it's like
Evan, we're in the minority here, just so you know.
I know.
I know. I got a lot of shit for it on Twitter.
No, I was just reassuring him that he's not wrong for getting excited.
I don't know. I guess I kind of have like a hesitancy towards Greta Gerwig movies.
I forgot you're not big on Lady Bird.
I'm not big on Lady Bird, and it's just I don't know how to explain. Okay, I'm not big on Lady Bird, and I know like everyone loves it, and it's like, you know, everyone has every right to be excited for it because it's her next movie, but it's like she's made one movie, and it's like, you know, love it as much as you want. And I think the same thing about Ari Aster. It's like, why are we like, you know, putting so much pressure on this movie? Like, didn't be like, you know, a masterpiece would be great when it's like this person has made one other movie before.
Same thing. That's the reason I brought up the Lighthouse thing. It's like, hey, this guy's made one other movie. Calm down.
But
there's more buzz around that, like, because people's already seen it.
Yeah,
that's the
for
difference.
Sure.
I did like Midsommar, and Florence Pugh's also in this, so let's see which one she gets nominated for. Probably not the horror.
Yeah. The other original movie that's coming out, inversely, me and Hannah are excited for this. I don't think Evan's excited for this. Yeah, majority here, but Spies in Disguise, I think, looks fun.
Yes.
And like a weird, like I might see this in the theater type thing.
I like that Will Smith is a pigeon.
Yes, me too.
But I don't know anything else about how the comedy will
especially
because
I don't feel like till the trailer dropped, I don't feel like they said the pigeon bit.
Yeah, I had no idea that.
Is that like on the poster?
I think they just had the James Bondish poster.
Oh,
so
really?
I was like, oh, Will Smith, James Bond. And then the trailer came and it's like, I'm a pigeon. And I was like, wait, what? I don't know.
The trailer was really funny. The trailers are really
I thought it was too. Like, I'm worried. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to be solid. I could be wrong, and this could, you know, fly in my face, pun intended. But we'll finish this out with the most anticipated film of 2019 from the All That Film group. This, of course, is going to be Cats 2019. It lit up the world with its awe-inspiring trailer, with its fantastic scored music and astounding visuals. How do you guys feel about this true art form of cinema?
I think that is like the biggest question mark for me in a while. Like, this is the biggest, like the most I've been confused about a movie in so long. Because I know like it's supposed to be like Oscar-y, and it's like when I think of live action cat, not a live, but like a adaptation of Cats, it's like I don't think Oscar-y, and the trailer dropped, and I was like, I don't think this is like Oscar-y at all. And like
Tom Hooper though,
I just
dude's made Oscar-y movies.
Well, I know he's like the like poster child of like making movies for Oscars just to win Oscars. Like that's exactly what the King's Speech is. But like I don't know.
Wow, that was surprisingly generous, especially because I know, even though it sounded like he was being sarcastic, he wasn't.
Cat's gang, dog.
I think there's no possible way I could ever get over the way it looks. Just on that, I don't care what else happens. The way it looks and what they're doing with the story, that's the thing. Keep that on the stage play because it just doesn't work.
I'm gonna let you finish. Don't get me wrong. But Jason is going to win Best Supporting Actor of 2019. I think this film looks ridiculous, but in a good way is what I'm hoping for. That it's just going to be, balls to the walls, insane. It's going to have really weird visuals. I don't think the animation looks that weird for what Cats is. Maybe that's just me. You know, I've talked to a lot of people where.
Why didn't they just use like cat suits though?
Yeah.
Like, because that's what they do. Like, that's what they do.
Because
on stage.
once you see the film, you know, these cats need to do outlandish things. You know, you couldn't just have
they, like, CGI like the tails and stuff. Like,
yeah, but you couldn't just have, you know, all these actors just sort of being cats like Rebel Wilson. It wouldn't look the same in a cat suit.
The only way I enjoy this movie is in the same way I could enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog, which had a similar reception for its CGI.
I don't know. I think I'm genuinely gonna like this movie.
Sonic. I think it was the design of Sonic, not the CG. This is definitely like looking at it. The CG looks weird.
Also, I'm gonna throw this down. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it to where there's a contest for people that have done podcast episodes for all that film, and they have to watch Cats, and they have to do a spoiler review with me for Cats.
Why would you do that?
Because, you know, I'm anarchy.
You're a monster.
Yeah. But that wraps up our 2019 fall winter preview. We're not going to get into just sort of the first half of the year because we've gone long on time. So we're just going to do recommends for the week. Evan, recommend all that stuff you were talking about before of things you like.
Well, there's a lot of new TV shows coming out, but I'll just say I'm 7 episodes into Mindhunter Season 2. It's still really great. I feel like it's getting overlooked, and I get worried because Netflix, it seems like they are pumping money into it, and David Fincher, it's his thing. So I would recommend people to go watch that because it is really good, if it interests you, serial killers and whatnot.
Yeah. Hannah, do you have a recommend for the week?
Yeah, I'm going to do a music recommendation.
Ooh.
One of my favorite bands just released some new music. They're called Water Parks. They just released 2 new songs called Watch What Happens Next and Dream Boy, and they're really underrated and nobody really pays attention to them, and they're really great. So yeah, if you like pop rock, pop punk music, definitely go check them out.
They're from Texas. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeehaw, Hannah. All right, so to round it out, my recommendation film that's hitting wide release or a wider release this week. It's the Peanut Butter Falcon that stars Shia LaBeouf. It was really great and super charming. So if anybody gets the chance to see that, fully recommend you doing so. But that's our episode. If you guys want to reach us, you can do so on Twitter at allthatfilmpod. You can email us at allthatfilm1@gmail.com. You can check out our website where we have all the lists of tournament films that have been locked in so far at allthatfilm.com, or sorry, allthatfilm.wordpress.com. And I think that's it. If you want to find us on any forums, we're on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But that's our episode. Thank you guys for coming on. Get pumped for Cats.
I'm done.
See ya.